So everyone talks about bad cholesterol, but what they don't tell you is that it's the oxidized lipoproteins carrying that cholesterol that causes heart disease. So you're going to want to know the top antioxidants to actually decrease those lipoproteins from oxidizing, which is what actually causes heart disease. So the first and best antioxidant that gets into our lipoproteins like LDL, VLDL, LP(a) is astaxanthin. That's what makes flamingos give their pink color. It's what makes wild salmon get that reddish color. And so somewhere between 4 and 12 milligrams per day has been shown to decrease the oxidation of lipoproteins. So this is the lipid layer of these ApoB100 containing lipoproteins. So LDL is considered your bad cholesterol, VLDL, and LP(a). LP(a) has an ApoA tail, so it's a little different, but essentially when these get oxidized, that's bad. So astaxanthin is unique. It can fully span that layer and protect the outside and inside from oxidizing. So that's what astaxanthin is good for. Now, CoQ10 is the primary antioxidant in LDL. What do I mean by that? It's the first antioxidant that fights against oxidative stress, and it's the first one that gets depleted. So you want to keep CoQ10 very high because it's like the shield. It's the shield protecting your lipoproteins from oxidizing. And once you lose that shield, all the other antioxidants now are starting to become damaged. And what most people don't realize too is you essentially have to fully deplete all your antioxidants on the lipoproteins before the lipoprotein can become fully oxidized, which then leads to plaque formation. So CoQ10 is your first line of defense. It also helps regenerate other antioxidants like oxidized vitamin E. Somewhere between 100 and 300 milligrams per day of CoQ10. I take anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams per day. CoQ10 is mainly that shield, so it's protecting the outside. Vitamin E is the third strongest antioxidant in lipoproteins. You get that from things like grass-fed animal foods. That's why I think it's better to consume grass-fed animal foods versus completely grain-finished animal foods, because the vitamin E content can be up to 10 times higher in grass-fed, grass-finished animal foods. Okay, vitamin E is also protecting more of the outside of the lipoproteins. Lycopene is unique. It's the only one that sits deep in the core. So here's where lycopene sits. This is from tomatoes, tomato sauce, even ketchup. Make sure your ketchup doesn't have high sugar, but that's how you get lycopene. It protects the core. But again, the most important is protecting the outside because that's where the initial damage is going to come from. Okay, the last two most potent antioxidants protecting lipoproteins is lutein and zeaxanthin. Now, these are unique because they're essentially the only two that protect your good, quote-unquote, cholesterol, which is packaged in something called HDL, high-density lipoprotein. So these two are going to really protect those good lipoproteins floating around in the body, quote-unquote, but they do also sit in LDL and protect that as well. They're also really good for eye health and really skin health. Same with astaxanthin. Both astaxanthin and lutein zeaxanthin can accumulate in multiple organs, liver, but also your skin, and protect you from UV damage. So things like pasture-raised eggs have lutein and zeaxanthin, cooked collard greens, and mustard greens, and then also supplements too. So the most important thing when it comes to heart disease is protecting those lipoproteins from oxidizing, and we want to fill those lipoproteins with these types of antioxidants to do that.